Hi, my name is Joe, Biden, and I have diabetes. But as long as I make Faker Oats part of my... What? Hey, you don't have to yell. Oh, sorry about that. Calm down. But as long as I make Faker Oats part of my healthy breakfast, my conscience will be just fine. Faker Oats is loaded with just the right amount of horse shit to keep all you sheep out there at the edge of your seats. And Faker Oats is guaranteed to be packed with bullshit. There's enough bullshit in here to keep me staring off into space and mumbling an entire speech to 5 people. Just listen to some of Faker Oats' essential ingredients.
Nonsense! Gobbledygook! Balderdash! Malarkey! Batshit! And baloney! All of which are a part of a healthy diabetes breakfast.
And these Faker Oats aren't just good for you, they'll give you dementia. And these Faker Oats aren't just good for you, they'll give you... Wait! I'm Joe, Biden. And with Faker Oats, I don't have to live with diabetes. I just say whatever they tell me to say. Every day should start with Faker Oats, 'cause 81 million votes.
Oh my God, we're back. We're bad. We're awful. We're here. We're here to force the vote tonight. Force the vote.
We told those donkeys to force the vote a long fucking time ago. They didn't listen.
Yeah, the joke's on us though. That's why force the joke is in the
It'll
title.
never work.
Yeah. It'll never work. Well, it sure worked for Matt Gaetz, didn't it? It really did.
Yes, it did.
Yes,
it really did.
Popeye. We already have pumpkins in because it is October, and I have to tell you guys, I got a quick show and tell here.
We love Halloween around here.
My wife, my partner is the gardener and a half, but
she's a master grower.
I have to tell you, these are Danish squash, acorn squash, whatever you want to call them. Well, she grew this, and off the same plant, she got this one. So yeah, that's.
I didn't even know they got that big. That's crazy.
I didn't either. I think this is some pumpkin acorn.
It's
squash.
the steroids that are falling out of the sky. They're making everything grow big.
Either that or the squash and the pumpkin are inbreeding. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
Well, that too.
So
that too.
That's
hey, chats. What's up?
We got 300 pumpkins this year, Chanda. Pumpkins and squash.
I saw your picture. That is insane. And do you know that they're actually reporting a shortage on squash and pumpkin this year? Bad crops are to blame for it, and of course the breakdown of the supply chain. So hold on to them. They might be worth some money in a couple months.
You know what? I was talking to my brother the other day, and I said, if the grocery stores start running out of groceries, we're going to be eating pumpkin. And we know how to store pumpkin.
Right.
So we've got enough pumpkin. It'll last us till July next year. So, even if we start eating it, we'll share it with the dogs.
Can that shit.
Yeah, Joey dries it and freezes it, and she makes dog food out of it. That's primarily why we do that, and it's a good deal. Anyway, Hi, chat. What's going on? Long time no see. What the hell we got going on? We got Popeye's in the house. Popeye. We got TPP in the house. Shanda. Lovely Shanda. Snow Leopard. Warren Extra. We've got, who else do we got? We got all these people in here tonight. We're really, going forward. Boy, some people are very chatty here tonight. Come, Shwari, Kate. Good to see you, Kate. And let me see. Salty's Digital Dive. What's going on, Salty?
It's a trans squash. Gray Walker joined third party. You're right.
Well, hey, that's what it is. That's Jilly Love. Peace Dove. Hey, Peace Dove. What's going on, Peace Dove? Jax, I hope Elfie is feeling better. Please tell us Elfie's feeling better.
Oh, gosh, yes. Best wishes out to Elfie.
Best wishes to Elfie. Best wishes to Elfie. Sean Miller, good to see you.
Sean?
Good to see you, Sean. Let me see. Who else we got in here?
Yay, gamer. That's great news. Your Honda Civic or CRV is finally fixed. I love Honda CRVs.
Gamer. That is good. How's your car coming, Shanda?
Don't even talk to me about it. I went
Okay.
out to go to the store after my show on Wednesday, and I got about 500 feet down the road. I had another flat tire. Like, I've replaced all the tires, and I'm.
That's terrible. That is terrible. Robert
It's fixed now,
Templeton.
but
Robert Templeton is in the house. Cowboy Kitty, good to see you, Cowboy Kitty. Sean Miller, nice to see you, Sean. What's going on?
go start.
And
Hi,
let
go
me
start.
see.
Go from
You
Rumble.
got Deborah. What's up, Deborah Grossbach? Good to see you, Deborah. And let me see.
My internet's shitting out again. It
no,
better not.
please, no. I can't do a show without you. I'm terrible.
I
at
know.
that.
It's been terrible this
I'm
week.
terrible at that. Who's over on the Anthony? Good to see you, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Anthony's in the house. Let me see. Who else we got? We got all these.
Are you? That's YouTube. Let me get the rock fan real fast,
Please
and we'll
get
get
the rock
started.
fan, yeah.
Kate is hanging out over on the Rockfin. Hey, Fred. Fred Edwards is out there sharing us and tweeting us out like always. Do me a favor, hit that like button, guys. It helps us in the algorithm because we are royally screwed in the algorithm for the amount of copyright infringement that we take for our shows. So help us out if you can. Ronnie Graham's hanging out over there too. So is Jim. Hi, Jim. Jim says, hey, Kate.
Ronnie.
Crone of Heresy is hanging out over there. Hi,
Hey,
Crone.
Crone.
Longtime Patreon to the show. So many of our Patreons. Zoxo Voxo Vix is here
Zox.
too. Popeye. Hi, Popeye. And Pamela Nelson says, I'm making a good salary from online jobs for more information. Fuck off.
We got Rad Angel over on the YouTube. Peace Dove once again. Let me see. I'm trying to get through this list. Everybody's chatty tonight. It's like we weren't
Hey,
here
Iris.
last
Good to
week.
see
We're
ya.
catching up.
I know. We weren't here last week.
Is that all of the Rockfin people, or is there more? What's going
No,
on?
I got all of the Rockfin, and over on the Rumble is Go Start. I see we got a few watching over on Kick. So, hey, Kick, what's
Hey,
up?
Kick. And Rumble
It's a
is
Kick.
rumbling. Grey Walker,
Rumble
good to
is
see you.
rumbling.
Join third party. What's going on? Grey Walker, Snow Leopard. I think I got Iris. Hello, Iris. I think that's it. Well, that's it. We got him over there. And again, hi to everybody over on the other channels, the Twitter, the
We
Rumble.
missed you last week.
We
We
did,
really
we
did.
did.
I got home after the meeting and I was just kind of like, now what do I do? Like, I'm supposed to be somewhere at this time every Saturday night.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And if you want to throw us whatever you got left in that old ashtray that's laying around, that would be wonderful. But if you can't handle it, don't do it, please. because-
PayPal. What are you doing still using PayPal?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. I take that shit. It doesn't matter what I put up there. Spot Fund. Don't you know they're this? It doesn't matter what platform you use. They're all shit. They're all
no,
shit.
we're actually we take gold and silver these days.
I do.
So that's
Absolutely. We love our Patreons. Thank you guys so much. You've kept us going. We are 3 years strong, and that is because of Patreons helping us, keeping us going.
Yep. It does. It keeps us going. And fair use, getting that. out
Oh,
of the
yeah.
way.
Fair use. Because YouTube doesn't know shit about fair use, but okay.
Yeah. I went crazy this week, Shanda, because
You've always been crazy.
No,
I hate to break it
I
to
did.
you.
So I made
Just a little bit.
I made the appropriate mean here. When you've become the family wacko because you believe in fresh air and the immune system, and that would be me right there.
Yeah,
And-
you like that upgrade. I did give it a little upgrade.
Yes, you did. It is great. Ryan Knight, what party is the bigger cult? Democrats, hands down. Actually, I think it's even a bigger.
Hey, I voted in that one.
Yeah, I did too. And Ryan Knight's been killing it out there, along with
Ryan Knight always kills it. But you know what? Yeah, I don't encounter Ryan Knight very much other than his tweets, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Somebody said he's doing a show.
Do a show. That's what I heard he was doing podcasts. So I was like, I want to hear that.
Absolutely. But we've got to start with what everybody was talking about today. And I promise we won't.
The only thing, yeah.
We won't get too far into this, but Jack's page, I saw this morning, and unprovoked, anyone out there still want to tell me how great RFK is as he spews propaganda and applauds Biden. Holy shit. Yeah, we've got that. And Chanda, you added the little memes on the side. What are those all about? Is that today in news or what?
Well, that is unprovoked. That is the fucking word of the day. Jack's nailed it right on the damn head. They all regurgitated it. Yeah. We don't have, and so if nobody knows what we're talking about, because we never really said what we're talking, of course, we're talking about the Israel-Palestine, conflict, which has just exploded today. There's so many aspects to this story that you can't just it was because of this or it was because of that, because there's a lot fucking going on here. But this is premeditated. All of them have the same, political statement to put out there. It's almost like Apex wrote it. They probably did.
I wonder who wrote that script.
We don't have one. I was on the phone the whole time this morning that this RFK crap posted with an organizer who was thinking about going to work for the RFK GO. And so she's in contact with the campaign. And I send it to her and she's like, what? She's like, why would he do that? Why would he take votes away from himself with that? And I was like, there's not one politician out there, Tree, that's not saying this same exact thing. Name me one in American politics that's taking a stand and saying no. A lot of them will give you lip service like they have over the fucking years, like the time that I stood toe-to-toe with Pramila Jayapal at the 2016 Washington State Convention, and she was all about fighting for the Palestinian people. But she don't have shit to say about it today, does she?
No, she doesn't. And the hypocrisy is shoulder deep. And just here's an example, this didn't get touched on enough today. It did get touched on. But Richie Torres, of course, Democrat New York representative, last year, top contributors was the Israeli lobby for 100.
They all get the Israeli lobby money.
This is just $141,000. And that's why don't bite the hand that feeds you. But you can bet there's similar. And there's probably another lobbying outfit that gave Richie Torres even more money. 10,000 here, 5,000 there, 25,000 there. Israel is funding the government. Israel is represented mostly. But
that's okay, because taxpayer money goes funneling right back into their pockets, so they're not really losing out, are they?
No, not at all. Sabby says, and I just kicked this up to the top of the deck since it was part of the story, using the same talking points as Hakeem Jeffries. Unprovoked my ass. I agree, Sabby. And Sabby's almost at 55K subscribers. Good for you, Sabrina. Way to go.
Did we bring Cornell's statement? I know we've got RFK Jr.'s. It's coming up next. But did we bring Cornell's statement?
I didn't put it in. Maybe you did.
I didn't put it in. I've been putting a lot of this on my Monday deck. So we'll really go over this on Monday for Trailer Park Pundit. But after Cornell's talking out both sides of his face today with, there's really good people on both sides type of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not playing very well. Yeah, I know. It's like, this is your Trump moment, isn't it, Cornell?
Oh, my God. They're good people.
Go ahead and read this garbage if you want to. I don't care to read it again.
The ignominious, unprovoked, and barbaric attack on Israel must be met with world condemnation and unequivocal support for the Jewish state's right of such a self-defense. We must provide Israel with whatever it needs to defend itself now. As president, I'll make sure our policy is unambiguous so that the enemies of Israel will think long and hard before attempting aggression of any kind. I applaud the strong statements of support from the Biden White House for Israel in her hour of need. However, the scale of these attacks means it's likely that Israel will need to wage a sustained military campaign to protect its citizens. Statements of support are fine, but we must follow through with unwavering, resolute, and practical action. America must stand by our ally through this operation and beyond as it exercised its sovereign right to self-defense. Bull effing shit. That is just bullshit. Unprovoked my ass. How many Palestinian people have they been for the last God knows how long? You know?
Okay, so my friend is an organizer, right? You guys know I used to be a big time organizer. So she is text messaging RFK Jr.'s campaign this morning, right? Somebody who obviously is working as a volunteer, I would assume. And this is their response when she tells them that she's super unhappy with what he had to say and that she doesn't think that she could support him because of his stance on Israel. They say, we're really sorry to hear that. He has a lot of long format interviews explaining his position on this. My key issues are here back at home, and there is no candidate that can check all the boxes for a certain voter, even me. Kennedy is on the right side of the ones I value most for the next 4 to 8 years, and I'm not sure if another candidate agrees with you on more issues. So fuck off, basically.
Yeah, basically, and she's not the only one that sent a message to.
It's at home.
Campaign.
Just ignore his policy on Israel, Palestine. Just ignore it.
Somebody gave me that shit.
Matter.
You're never going to get the perfect candidate, and I go, well,
yeah.
That's no shit.
He checks all the other boxes for me.
Sure. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's okay if they commit genocide. Yeah, support genocide. Yeah, okay.
Don't lay that pragmatic shit on me. I haven't bought that shit.
Oh, and this right to self-defense. Don't even fucking get me started with the right to self-defense.
Give me a break.
Okay, you try it, and the hypocrisy of them trying to switch it like Ukraine. It's, no, it's not even. If you want to go and say that Ukraine was invaded, and then they have the right to defend themselves. But who's been invaded in this situation? The Palestinian people.
Yeah, and Chanda put the meme up there that kind of says it all right there, up in the corner.
Yeah.
You see,
I'm
we're
scared,
just defending
Oz. I'm scared. Did you see the videos of all of the tanks and the whole entire fucking IDF lining up to go in and just pulverize the Gaza Strip?
Yeah.
Oh, we warned them. BB's out there. We warned you. Flee now. We're coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is going to be the retribution if they do that?
God.
Iran, Syria, Russia coming together. I don't know. What does it look like?
I quit freaking myself out on that. You can't be afraid anymore.
I listened to Richie Madhurst for 3 hours today, so I'm sorry. I'm a little freaked out.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Senate girl, good to see you. We got Dirk Diggler over on the fin. And Peace Dove, genocide is genocide. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's genocide.
Fee's been weighing in a little bit today on this, too. It's always good to see Sister Fee up there. To Robert Kennedy's statement, no difference from a neocon. I'm glad he let us know his foreign policy would be just an interventionist, as Biden or Trump's on Israel. Perhaps even more, which could lead us into yet another long conflict in the Middle East. And, of course, I can always count on Sister Misty Winston. Fuck you to Bernie Sanders. I absolutely condemn this horrifying attack on Israel by Hamas, Islamic Jihad. There's no justification for this violence, and innocent people on both sides will suffer hugely because of it. It must end now. Yeah, Bernie, so should Ukraine. It must end now. Peace. Start talking peace. And I will echo Sister Misty Winston. Fuck you, Bernie. And
we got more fuck you Bernies in the deck because we got to talk about what that little fucker did all week, right? I mean, he's been out on one this week, showing his true colors to everybody. At one point this week, I actually had to go, Jesus Christ, I fell for a total fucking con man, which doesn't shock me because I have bad taste in men, but he's just another one that goes on my list. But can I say nobody's pointing out, well, few are pointing out, where did this money come from for this fucking attack? It came from the Biden administration. It came from the Biden White House just a week ago when we gave Iran back $6 billion of their money. We fund all sides of war. How many times do we have to say, you know what I watched last night? I watched American Made with Tom Cruise. It's old. It's like 5 years old. It's about Iran-Contra, right? And you just see it. They're chasing their own asses. I mean, they just, one agency's doing this, another agency's doing that. How much is the CIA wrapped up,
Yeah, Yeah, it's
where'd the weapons come from? They're
absol-
American weapons, from what we are being told.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we promised we wouldn't get into this. You guys have been listening to it all day.
I know, it has been a hard day of it.
You know, it's bullshit. It's fucked up. We have nothing but war pigs and profiteers running the country, and
God
the
bless
world
the
oligarchy
Palestinians.
is running our country. And they're using the tools in Congress, tools like Biden and Bernie and everybody else. It's just the way it would. And Colin, hey Colin, good to see you, Chad.
To see you, Colin.
Colin gave us a super chat. There would be no Hamas without the Israeli occupation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm going to do a deep dive in this on TPP because, you know, you guys know I'm a Jew. So, but I'm not a Semitic Jew, right? So there's a lot to talk about because some people think that this is the bringing about of the, you know, second coming of Christ, the building of the third temple. That's why, as a Christian nation, we throw everything we've got at supporting Israel, not to mention that it's our main base right there. You know, it is a base. It's a U.S. military base. And
yeah,
there's just so much to unpack.
There's a lot of people trying to make excuses for RFK Jr. saying, well, that's politics. You have to do that. And I tell them, no, you don't, because a real leader would not compromise his principles. And people are sick of this shit. They would love for somebody to come out of the hinterland and say, screw this, we're not doing it anymore. I'm with the people. Yeah. Who are you with? And that's how it should be. So, you know, hopefully people get their heads out of their butt, but I have little hope.
No, I think we're going to World War III way before that happens.
I have a transition slide, and this is a famous scene from Star Wars, the original. And originally it said, Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious, Ben Kenobi. I just crossed that out and put Washington, D.C., and you guys get it. So that's what it is. No more wretched hive of scum and villainy in Washington, D.C.
A vile cesspool. It is a vile cesspool. So, somebody asked me, where's Jim Jordan from? And I was like, I don't know, the swamp.
Yeah, somebody needs to drain that swamp.
What are you talking about?
Somebody's got to drain it one of these days. You brought your favorite person here.
Hillary, she put her skin on and made a lot of appearances this week. And there's some funny ones we're going to talk about. But Bidenomics is good for workers. It's good for the middle class, and it's good for America.
No, not really. Let's make everybody suffer through this 50 seconds again, just as a refresher, okay?
Well, she wants to deprogram.
Yeah, she wants to deprogram us. And I hit the wrong button again. Let's try this button. Does that button work?
Very strong partisans in both parties in the past. And we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions.
He's in it for the people.
And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members.
Let's start with the Democratic Party. That's so reminiscent of what she called those kids, the predators.
Deplorables. Super predators.
She's such a sick piece of shit.
Oh, my God. And AJ said that she's going to run. I'm not surprised. That's what AJ Goodman does. I'm surprised he's still even out there. But I don't know. They've dusted her off a lot lately. She is fucking delusional. And that whole entire party is batshit crazy. So they could do something stupid like put a Gavin Newsom Hillary Clinton ticket together. I'm just saying it's not out of the possibility of reality with what we've lived through the last 8 years. So
I can't take listening to her.
Put it on your bingo card.
I can't listen to her the way it is.
Okay, so this is great. This isn't her. Okay, so last week, the Republicans came forward with, it's a bill or initiative. Anyways, they want to stop funding the Congress from going to the Clinton Global Initiative. So basically, we're footing the bill for the Clinton Global Initiative Party, and we're sending all of our fucking politicians there to be programmed. And so just listen to this encounter. And it's very progressive. Barbara Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Or is it Brenda?
I rise in support of my amendment. My amendment is simple. It would prevent taxpayer funds from paying for State Department employees to travel to or attend events hosted by the Clinton Global Initiative. The rationale is quite simple. The Clinton Global Initiative has engaged in blatant corruption and influence peddling that would make even Hunter Biden blush. In perhaps its most famous episode in 2014, Hillary Clinton approached the Moroccan government about hosting a Clinton Global Initiative conference in Morocco. The Moroccans fronted the money for the event by funneling it through a state-owned enterprise that was extracting and exploiting phosphates from a non-self-governing territory, Western Sahara. This sleight of hand amounted to condoning Morocco's sovereignty over this disputed land. You heard that right. It was cash for sovereignty deal formulated just as former Secretary of State Clinton began her run for president of the free world.
Saying, turn it up.
This deal was so rotten that even the Huffington Post deemed Fox News' investigation into this matter a, quote, brutal, clean hit on Hillary Clinton's campaign, end quote. Indeed, the Clinton Global Initiative scandals are myriad and include an episode uncovered by the New York Times revealing undisclosed donations linked to the sale of U.S. uranium production to a Russian government agency. As expected, the Clinton Global Initiative was unable to withstand the scrutiny and shuttered shortly after the 2016 campaign. That is, until late last year, when the organization reconstituted itself. Its operations are no longer dark.
Respawned.
And this is the first state and foreign operations appropriations bill considered since its resurrection. It has since morphed into a factory of radical, elitist, woke schemes. Just last week, the Clinton Global Initiative convened in New York to discuss how to reshape our economy to tackle the left's pet projects that will make life for ordinary Americans more expensive and worse. Given the State Department's enmeshment with the Clintons and the initiative, we need to send a clear message. No more coordination with the U.S. government, no more conferences with corrupt governments at the expense of the oppressed people of the globe, no more representation and participation by the State Department, an end to its commingling with official policy.
Yes.
And hopefully the beginning of the end of this corrupt organization's influence on U.S. policymaking. Americans simply can't afford more radical policies purveyed by an organization that allows the global elite to buy and influence American foreign policy. Join me in condemning the Clinton Global Initiative's misconduct. I urge my colleagues to support my amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Yes. Now, this is what I've been talking about for 8 years now when I say that the Clintons have a stranglehold on the State Department, and they have for the last 10 years.
Well, yeah.
And I brought you the rebuttal. You have to hear the Dems rebuttal. It's only like a minute and a half. They don't even try to deny any of it. No, not at all.
Mr. Chairman, boy, is this the level we've gotten to tell the State Department what meetings they cannot attend? Will we start saying what meetings they have to attend?
This is terrible.
The Clinton Global Initiative is a platform for government,
ask her what she did to Haiti,
philanthropy,
Bill.
business, media, and academia to discuss identified problems and to brainstorm solutions. We should be encouraging such collaboration. The problems facing the world are daunting, and solutions will not come from one place. Let's take good ideas from wherever we can and not micromanage who goes to what meetings.
Anthony.
I urge my colleagues to oppose this amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman from California reserves. The gentleman from North Carolina is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I see that my colleague has not refuted any of the things that I've said about the Clinton Global
Not
Initiative.
at all.
Why in the world, again, would we ask American taxpayers to pay for people from the State Department to attend these conferences when they're likely not to gain anything positive from them and support a corrupt organization? I reserve.
The gentleman from North Carolina reserves.
Burning it down.
California is recognized.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I understand what this amendment does, and I don't accept the fact that it's a corrupt organization.
It is a corrupt organization.
Oh my
The importance
God!
of these meetings
Serious?
and conferences in terms of us coming together for solutions to lead us to global peace and security.
Oh my God, global peace and security.
Oh my God.
I've got.
There are money laundering, trafficking. I mean, did we learn nothing about Iran-Contra? Who was that money running through? It was running through Arkansas, Governor Bill Clinton. I mean, they've been corrupt for so long and they control everything. And see, when somebody actually tries to shake them off of our, nope.
Well,
Gotta pay for it.
I think people are slowly wising up. I just wish they'd hurry up and get there. So.
That was just so gross. And you didn't hear anybody really talking about that. I found it on goddamn Forbes.
Well, and that's the thing. I was going to bring it too. Great minds think alike. Yours is greater than mine, but I didn't want to bring it because it was from Forbes. That's
I know,
all.
but still,
I wanted to play
feature
it. I wanted to play it. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden is bringing pumpkins into the White House, just so everybody knows, getting ready for Halloween.
His pumpkin's tiny.
Yeah, and David Michael goes, "Hey, you guys, wait up! I can't find the rest of the blow, man." So what's he got in that pumpkin? What do you
It's
think?
in the
he's got?
library. Everybody knows it's in the library.
Yeah, we know what's in the library. You brought this little piece here. I'm gonna kick back and let you go through this, please.
Oh, gosh. U.S. public support declines for arming Ukraine, Reuters poll shows. And that same fucking day, Bernie Sanders decides to have 11 protesters. It says 8 peace protesters busted at Bernie's, but it was actually 11 by the time the day was done. And the oldest was 89 years old. But what I learned listening to you over on Misty Winston's show this week, it's not the first time. He did this in the 80s too. And Bernie was a big fraud, man.
Yeah,
big
he was a big fraud. I think he raised $16 million last year, according to Open Secrets. Some of his top contributors are Raytheon,
ABC,
Alphabet.
Alphabet,
Kaiser Permanente.
Kaiser. He put a tweet out that same day about the Kaiser. Oh, they deserve to get paid,
Yeah, well, he deserves, that's a definite anytime, that Citizens United thing just put everything on steroids. So Bernie's as corrupt as they come, and he lied through his teeth, and I hope he rots in hell over it.
Well, the next one is those protesters being arrested for holding up a quote of a tweet that Bernie himself said just a couple of fucking years ago. But,
okay,
Ukraine's different.
So they're arresting the guy with the peace message that Bernie said.
They're holding up a sign, a quote from Bernie Sanders calling for negotiation.
God, they're like you two.
Bernie Sanders had me arrested for holding up his own quote.
Yeah,
Bernie Sanders had me arrested for holding up his own quote.
Yeah, well, that's.
But these were code pinkers, and you guys know I got some feelings about Code Pink and always have for a long time. They seem to pop up on the wrong side of issues all the goddamn time for me. But I still praise them when they get out there and they do something like this, right? It brings attention.
Yeah.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene went down there because, hey, she's anti-war and she doesn't want the war in Ukraine. And she took a few pictures, and wouldn't you know it, Code Pink had to hurry up and get out there and say Code Pink, did not stand with her. But I brought this slide because look at what the X fact check on this says. So it says that Code Pink is a government-sponsored group with links to the Chinese government. Okay, so they have Chinese government ties. And in the context of the Russian war in Ukraine, they appear to be a Russian propaganda organization, as they have not been critical of Russia once in their entire Twitter history. You guys know I'm one of those unity noters.
That can't be a fact check. That's got to be one of those
are the fact checks. Okay, so what's going on now, and it's so fucking disgusting because I am one of the fact checkers. I don't even know how I got it. Like I'm a level 10 or some shit now because anytime I see a bullshit on Twitter with one of these, I go in and actually do my job and I rate it and tell them that it's fucking bullshit. It's speculation. The source is garbage, like there's so many different reasons. But the fucked up thing is now it's people's opinions. Like I saw Slow News Day put an opinion out there today, and these stupid fact checkers that have been touched by the X gods are out there just nailing. There was like 15 things on there. You're not even allowed to have an opinion without getting fact checked.
Oh, and it gets better, believe me. You brought this on Bernie too. What else did he do this week?
Oh God, a group picture of everybody Bernie's lifted out of poverty. It's just himself. And good news, if Bernie Sanders was president, he says that he would use drones to fight terror as President Obama did.
Well, he's going to get his wish one of these days. You brought this one from Sabrina. What do we got?
Oh, I did bring it. Okay, so, well, this week, Cornell jumped again. We haven't even had a chance to talk about this because we haven't had a show in a week, right?
Yeah.
So Cornell, he was the People's Party with Nick Brana, just a mere, 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 months ago? I don't know. Wasn't that long ago. Anyways, so now we wake up to this announcement this week that... Yep, he's done with the Green Party because remember he jumped from MMP to the Green Party, and there's been no explanations. There's all this speculation of why he left, and he doesn't have ballot access as an independent, but he's not really running a campaign anyways. It's more of a messaging tour like he does every time around, and a lot of people are saying he did it because there was hanky stuff going on in the Green Party, and he didn't want to get taken down for violating campaign finance laws. Well, I don't know about that. But then we're like, okay, now who's the head of the Green ticket? And Jill Stein put some cryptic message out there like her and Ajama Mabragu will be the ticket head again. Like, what? Don't you guys just, I'm it. No, you're it. Like, that's the problem with the Green Party, and this is just crazy.
Tag, you're it. You want me to play this little video?
Oh, this is just his message, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to hit it? Or
no, we don't have to play it. We can skip it. Everybody's heard it all week.
Yeah, I know. Saturday night. This is your chance to get the highlights from Beauty and the Boomer of the week, or at least some of them. So
most of them.
We've got Nick Brana responded here. You brought this.
Well, I've gone rounds with Nick over the years, but when he's right, he's right. And he says, this is Cornell's West way of dropping out. He doesn't have the resources or the expertise to get ballot access as an independent. And now he can run a messaging campaign without spoiling Biden. Well, Ryan Grimm had something to say about it, too. And he's had a lot of stupid things to say all week, but this was one of them. Cornell West, after leaving the People's Party, is now leaving the Green Party, pledging to run as an independent. Probably good news for the Democrats, as he's unlikely to be on the ballot in some states. So it's good news for the Democrats.
Yeah, well, there's pragmatic Ryan Grimm once again. So, and you brought Junior. Is this a Junior speech here?
I'm trying to figure out what this is.
Yeah, it's kind of dated now after you opened this
I know. I probably
today.
put it on there. I probably put it on there 3 or 4 days ago. So I think it's just a campaign message. We can skip that one too.
Okay, let's skip it because everybody's probably sick of this guy after today. So
after today, I don't want to hear anything from him. I just read you his campaign response. It's gross.
So we've got. Did I bring this or did you bring this? Mint Press News.
This is Kissinger.
Oh, in the wheelchair? Doing wheelies?
Somebody tried to ask Kissinger a question. All
right.
He doesn't respond. Come on.
It's short. Let's see what Henry can do here.
Oh, yeah. It's like 40 seconds.
Dr. Kissinger, it's also 50 years since Pinochet. Do you have any reflections?
Pinochet? What's that?
I'm a member of the press.
Is that a wine?
We're trying to get him in his car. Dr. Kissinger, any
We're trying to get him in his car.
Cambodia, Laos, 5 decades later?
How is he? How old is he?
A lot of alleged war crimes have been
101?
documented by historians and reporters. Dr. Kissinger, 50 years since
he died 15 years ago.
50 years
Weekend at Henry's there.
The military junta empowered in Chile. be a privilege to speak with you about some of the allegations regarding
Privilege to
Pinochet.
stay alive as long as he has.
Scary thing is Henry probably knows where he is and what the questions are, unlike Biden. So I see you played around with my memes.
Did I? Oh, yeah. I moved a couple of them around. Yeah. So this was a funny story this week. Jamal Bowman pulling the fire alarm at the last minute vote to keep the government open. One does not simply pull the fire alarm to open a door, because that was his excuse. I don't know. I was just trying to open the door. I didn't know it was a fire alarm, even though I am a high school principal.
Yeah, no, you probably had to instruct students on how to use it, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying your
They called
bullshit.
for an investigation,
Good.
and he's just
Find him, throw him out, do whatever, beat the hell out of him. I don't
Whatever.
care, as far as that goes. He's lying, just like they
He's
always
lying,
do.
but he's good at it. He's smooth.
No, he's not good at it. It was a stunt that he would have got away with in high school, but now that he's with the grown-ups, or what they call themselves.
There's cameras all over.
Yeah, he busted, so he can go to hell too with the rest of them. The September jobs report came out yesterday. And
Not a real one.
Not a real one. September shows U.S. added 336,000 to payrolls. I kind of looked at that. Added 336,000 to payrolls. Anyway, I call bullshit on that, and I want everybody to remember it's September. So those businesses that are still trying to stay viable are hiring their holiday staff right now, part-time for the most part, so they don't have to pay them benefits.
Yeah, no, then they'll kick them out like right before Christmas or
Yeah,
right
so
after. That's what they do. I've been a part of it, and it rips your soul out when you work so hard for somebody, and then
I wouldn't do the end zone dance quite yet, Biden administration, because you still suck, and you've been cooking the books ever since you got into office. Anyway, speaking of Forbes, I did bring this, and my hypocrisy has no bounds, obviously.
I'll forgive you.
But I want everybody to listen to his speech when he's asked a poignant question.
Oh God, I haven't listened to anything he said this week.
Comedy. This is really bad. Did I say comedy? Anyway, tragedy is what this is. Give this a listen, everybody. Tell me what you think.
President, you started your remarks here today by saying it was good news today with the economic report. Why do you think most people still don't feel positive or feel good news about the economy?
Great question.
Well, first of all, you just heard the news today too. They haven't heard it. I think the people, those 300,000+ people who got jobs feel better.
336,000.
Look.
3,000?
336,000.
Oh.
You all are not the happiest people in the world. What you report. And I mean it sincerely. It gets you get more legs when you're reporting something that's negative. I don't mean you're picking on me, or I'm just the nature of things. You turn on the television and there's not a whole lot about boy saves dog as he swims in the lake, to say, it's about, somebody pushed the dog in the lake. I mean, I get it.
What the fuck?
But
ding, 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 ding,
if
ding,
you
ding.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Listen to what's going on around the world. There's reason for people to be concerned.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
There's reason for people to be concerned.
Did you say Russia yet?
With Russia.
Okay, there it goes.
Be concerned with what's going on in other parts of the world. I think that the American people
What does that have to do with jobs?
Yeah,
smart as hell and know what their interests are. I think they know.
No, they
better
don't.
off financially than they were before. It's a fact.
Okay.
And all that data, all that polling stuff shows they think they're more positive about the economy than they've been, more positive about their jobs, et cetera. I just think let me put it this way. If you just watch what happened last week in the Congress, how excited are you going to be about this, man?
How excited is you going to be?
Anyway, watch it.
Justified.
Border wall construction.
Watch him.
Are you going to wait till there's a speaker to make a speech on Ukraine, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The leader of the free world. The man who has the launch codes. Oh my God. And then we have the shill of the year. I'm gonna nominate him for the.
Oh gosh.
He is as bad, if not worse, than Rob Reiner. I mean, this Tom Hartman, the GOP's Red Caesar, new political order plan marches forward. And Hartman's, here it is again. Republicans have abandoned any pretense of embracing democracy. They're now calling for a Red Caesar to save their party and flip America into pure fascism. And of course, that reface is quite appropriate because I put Joe Biden on Red Caesar there. So, news for Tom again.
Tom is the agent of strife to start a civil war.
Yeah,
that's exactly the type of propaganda that he puts out. He enrages people. I mean, look at this, the Red Caesar.
He does
and
it
that's
daily.
what they want. They don't want a class war at all. They want a culture war. And that's why these mouthpieces out there continue. You know, the things that we've learned, Oz, the things that we've learned, you know, these people who've shown their true colors to us over the years, Noam Chomsky, Tom Hartman, Bernie Sanders, Ralph Nader, you know, they don't want to rock the boat ever. They want to stay in their comfy little lane and don't you say anything, because then you're rocking the boat too, and just go with it, because they might at some point give us a few things that help us out. That's really what we get from them.
Alms for the poor, alms for the poor. No, it's crumbs. And Tom Hart,
we feed them.
You know, in an open public forum, I would take a shot at Tom Hartman, you know, as far as a debate or discussion.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with you. I mean, Tom Hartman, I loved reading his books. He knew history, and since TDS got a hold of him, he's
shrank
just
his brain.
It's like a zombie attacked him and ate his brain, and it's so sad because Tom Hartman and Noam Chomsky before 2016, now you guys have brains sucked out.
Jill, I think I just texted the whole country. No shit. And of course, there's Sarah Silverman. You're being ridiculous. Yeah. He may be an old fuck, but this old fuck is getting shit done.
Oh my God.
It's
so
Sarah
gross.
Silverman.
Get it off me. Get it off me.
Give me a break, Sarah Silverman.
So
You're
gross.
not even funny.
Oh my God.
I don't know if she ever was.
She is. No, she never was funny. I've always found her repulsive. But this whole texting the whole country shit. What was that about? Russia tested their emergency alert system at the same time that we tested ours. That's a little weird, don't you think? Almost, I don't know. It's so one world government.
Yeah, who's running the planet? We know who's running the planet. And when
you know what's truly going on, they're all in on it. Putin's not the best guy. You know, Benjamin, they're all getting paid.
Yeah. I hate to be so cynical, Chanda, with our chat,
reality.
with you, with everybody, but man, we are in some pretty shit with all these. And I'm kicking Biden out of
exciting time to be alive.
I'm kicking Biden out of the boomer club. He is just repulsive. So
he's not a boomer. He's the greatest generation.
He's 67.
He never was a boomer.
No, he's 70. What is he? 78, 79?
He's the greatest generation, or whatever that is. The silent generation.
My dad was the greatest generation.
Okay, so then he's the silent generation. There's the greatest generation, the silent generation, and then the boomers.
Well, I wish he'd be silent and just shut the fuck up, because he's not running the government.
He's not being silent enough.
What? What's this all about? Is this what is this? This is
okay. Where are we? Did you get the? Yeah, you got the Putin, Tom Hartman.
36.
Okay, you need to go up one. Go up to 35. Somehow we got ahead.
Okay,
because these build off each other, so you have to go up to 35.
Okay, let's go 35. Sorry, I got trigger happy there. What do we got here?
Okay, so this is his wife. So this is when they were, I'm not sure exactly where they were this week, but watch her face. Just watch her face as she's clapping.
I don't know why we need to break so hard. I don't know why we break so hard.
Yeah, I'd be shaking my head
too. Okay, this is Canada.
We're strong enough to let it go. Let it all go, let it all go, let
She don't look too confident.
Well, let's
confident.
Let's caption
or happy.
what she's thinking there. God, this this is just about over, and I'm gonna have to go home and get in bed with this guy. That's what she was thinking.
Well, she's thinking, oh, fuck, we're about to lose it all, because they are. And, she, from what I understand, she grew up pretty rich. And so her jewelry, she bought, oh, get this. Last week, when they were in the United States, they stopped by Cartier, because you have to stop by Cartier. And she bought $1,100,000 in jewelry from Cartier's. But the president of Ukraine's salary is less than $80,000 a year. So where'd you get that money?
I'm sure that was in her bank account from a previous extortion. A previous gift or whatever the hell it is.
And check out her mansion. This is the one in Crimea that she was having built. Oh my God, this thing's insane. All that money.
Oh, nice pool on the top of a mansion. Is that really her mansion?
Yeah, that's the one they were having built.
We're having built? They're not having it built anymore?
Well, no, it got captured. It got seized.
Oh, good. Good.
Isn't that sick, though?
It's
sick.
Sick.
The fact that they came to town last week, begged for fucking more billions of Americans' money, and then she went and dropped a cool $1 million+ at Cartier.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the type of people we're rolling with.
It's not a good look. And you brought Klaus. What the hell's going on with Klaus?
Klaus warns the global terrorist Klaus's days are numbered. So Putin said that Klaus's days are numbered. But this is what Klaus had to say.
We meet for the 20th. I hope I will have the pleasure still to be invited for the meeting. When we meet for the 20th Governance Summit, you will use the app.
Look at the smiley face.
Like Uber. But not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car.
Oh boy!
Will come to your hotel or wherever you are.
Great! Oh,
and will bring you to the airport.
Makes me want to pee my pants.
Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic. Who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car driven free, and this will allow to transform highways into parks and other public spheres.
Oh, bullshit. They have no interest in parks or anything for the public good. This is,
Your highways will become parks.
You will have public parks in the middle of a freeway.
I just got to say that Seth MacFarlane had to have modeled the fish character in American Dad Klaus after Klaus Schwab. He had to have, right?
Yeah.
He speaks just like him, the CIA is so shady too.
That's pathetic.
For sure. This was pretty gross. Saw this week. You could sign up for a master class with Noam Chomsky fighting disinformation. Learn critical thinking with Noam Chomsky. What is your feed not telling you? What is your feed not telling you?
It almost sounds like you're saying Norm, but you are saying Gnome.
Gnome.
Yeah. So.
Gnome.
Yeah.
Let's see. And this meme says, not conspiracy, conspiracy singular, reaching back to ancient Egypt. There's been a single cabal of powerful individuals directing the course of human history, but the common man prefers to believe that they don't exist, which aids in their success.
Must be MSNBS and CNN viewers. That's all I can think. So
yeah.
What do you got here? You got
Well, this was a public service announcement that dropped, I don't know, like 6 months ago. And I never saw it before. I was like, what? So I had to bring it because, it's just too good.
Love that dog. Oh, good public service announcement.
Oh no, it's blown. The cloud is in the sky. Don't run, no fun. You've got to get inside. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be loud. Cause you can survive even a mushroom cloud. If you want to be okay, gotta do what I say. So get inside and stay inside.
Oh, don't forget the cheerleader.
Stay tuned to the news. If you want to be okay, gotta do what I say. So get inside and stay inside. Stay tuned to the news.
Get inside, stay tuned. For more information on how you can survive a nuclear explosion, visit us on the web at readyventuracounty.org.
You're serious? That was an actual commercial?
Oh my God. Ventura County is on it, man. Where's my county? They're letting me down. I need some jams like this to calm me down and tell me to stay tuned.
Isn't Ventura County on the wrong side of the San Andreas Fault, which could be triggered by a mushroom cloud? And then they'd be swimming, right?
Oh my gosh. I'm like, how come I never saw this? This is the best thing I've seen all week. Yeah.
Yeah, that is great. That's a keeper. Please put that in the keeper.
It is a keeper. I have a feeling it's going to reoccur for sure.
Anyway, you brought this.
Let's see, some Carl Sagan. Anything else you're interested in is not going to happen if you can't breathe the air and drink the water. Don't sit this one out. Do something. You are by accident of fate alive at an absolutely critical moment in the history of our planet. And I do feel that way. I feel like, for all of the generations, we're at a freaking insane time, even more than, some of the historical shit we've seen in history, because we have this technology just exploding around us.
So a Mark Rothko painting titled Yellow and Blue sold at a New York auction for $46.5 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's not money laundering at all. I said, this is what we call money laundering to the pores. Like, yeah.
Well, as long as you're Barbie.
It's two colors. I could paint that in my damn sleeve.
Yeah, I was looking at that the other day and my head tilted back and forth and I'm going, I can do that.
Anybody can do that. Hunter Biden can do that. Yeah, rich, they just use art to freaking launder money. So
yeah, that's the way it is. But I'd have Barbie Chanda in my painting, so that would make it perfect. Then it would be worth millions of dollars. You brought another, what is this? Forever War?
Oh, this is Scott Ritter. Because Scott Ritter got kicked off YouTube again this week. I thought I would let him, because they don't like him. He's speaking truth. And this is him being asked about how he thinks the Ukrainian war will end.
How do you see this conflict ending? And if you could give us some type of a timeline. I know that's pretty hard to do, but I'd like to give you that opportunity, or just give us some closing comments on this situation.
Well, I just ask everybody to remember the war is an extension of politics by other means. So this isn't going to end until there's a political solution. I've always, for the last several months, have been saying that I thought the first thing would happen would be the military defeat of Ukraine, followed by the political collapse of Ukraine, and that Russia would govern itself accordingly. Therefore, I believe that Russia would achieve the political defeat of the Ukrainian military sometime at the end of the summer or early fall. So we have up until the end of October. I still think that we're on that timeline, that Russia will strategically defeat the Ukrainian military. And there's a lot of people in the mass media starting to reach that objective. You mentioned Seymour Hersh's article. There's other articles like that. I think Zelensky's running into problems abroad. Poland is basically forcing with Ukraine as we speak. Germany is starting to distance itself. We have problems here in the United States. And so if I'm the Russians and I'm looking at this and knowing that this thing is resolved politically, it might be in the interest of Russia not to put pedal to the metal on the military side, losing tens of thousands of men that you don't want to lose, and rather just continue to gradually put pressure on the Ukraine, not to freeze the conflict, but to keep putting the pressure on them militarily, trying to provoke a political collapse. And you achieve the same result with that. So that could extend the timeline militarily, but this war isn't going to drag on forever. Again, when you get into politics, it's very hard to do predictions, but I don't think the Russians want to extend this thing longer than necessary. Zelensky's supposed to have an election next year. I think it's around election time that you're going to see a
interesting.
Crisis.
He's not going to hold out another year.
Demise of Zelensky, and then the question is who replaces Zelensky and where they stand vis-a-vis terminating this conflict. So militarily, I think the Ukrainian army's already been destroyed. The question is, do the Russians seek to put the bayonet through the neck, but in the process losing thousands of Russians, or just keeping the gradual pressure, waiting for the political collapse? Because at the end of the day, this doesn't end until there is political collapse in Ukraine.
Yeah, I agree with him on the last part. It sounded like he was kind of walking back his prediction, but he doesn't have to do that. He could say, well, if the United States keeps dumping money and other countries into this imperial action in Ukraine war, then it's hard to predict when it's going to end. But what he did say that I completely agree with is they're done, the Ukrainian army. There's no way. And to see what's her Tammy Duckworth come out and say Ukraine can win this today. I lost my shit when I saw that. I go, are you out of your
They're
mind?
so delusional. They just want to believe the propaganda. But this statement, I just want to point out, he made this before what we saw happen in Israel Palestine today. So I'm curious to if he thinks that it's really changed things politically. And I think it has. I think it'll make the United States be a little bit more dug in, a little bit more emboldened, where just this last week we saw a big swath of America going, no, we need to get out. We saw the anti-war protesters being arrested. So good timing, right? It always is good timing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I like Scott Ritter for his position, or not his position, but his reporting on these wars, because, no matter what you think of the guy, good or bad, I think he's got a pretty good... I
think he's got a good grasp of what's going on geopolitically, which is hard to fucking do. Yeah. I mean, we're in this every day, and, we grasp to get our minds around it.
We're getting shit shoved down our throat, blown up in our face every day, and you brought... you brought AOC, political hypocrite Congress.
Biden did something that pissed the squad off this week because he lifted 26 obstacles that were they were environmental protections to build Trump's fucking border wall. Oh my God.
Really?
AOC lost her shit, and this was their statement. And it says, AOC released the following statement after news broke today that the Biden administration is expediting construction on parts of the border wall. The Biden administration was not required to expand construction of the border wall, and they certainly were not required to waive certain environmental laws to expedite the building of the wall. The president needs to take responsibility for this decision and reverse course. A wall does nothing to deter the people who are fleeing poverty and violence from coming into the United States. You do not risk your life or your children's lives going through the Darien Gap. Is that what it says? Darien Gap? And traveling hundreds of thousands of miles in the desert if you have no other option. Walls are only serve to push migrants into more remote areas, increasing their chances of death. And it's a cruel policy. So instead, the U.S. must take examining the root of the migration, like we've been saying forever now, right? And to re-examine its policies towards Latin America and stop continuing to the destabilization that drives migration. We've said that too, lots of times. And as Senator Mark Rubio, Venezuela's sanctions have done this. We also have to invest in meaningful immigration reform. So it's funny that the squad is out there. These are the things they're supposed to be fighting for. These are the things that we elected them to fight for. But instead, she just puts out virtue signaling bullshit.
Yeah,
Biden administration's got to take accountability because they've ever done that.
Yeah, she's such a damn hypocrite. It's sickening, and her popularity is going down somewhat. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, it's and. Do we see people flooding the borders? And yes, we do. We see.
Is it intentional? That's the question, because we're hearing a lot of shit in back channels that even our own State Department is helping fucking orchestrate this shit.
Yeah.
Or the Soros campaign.
There's been some scary independent reporting on this, and I'm just gonna throw this out here. Besides our imperialism, the sanctions is world terrorism, and that's what we're doing. And when you can't get a bottle of Maalox or aspirin in these countries, what are you going to do? You can't get a job, you can't get food, housing, that sort of stuff. Sure,
that's the big thing. Their access to food, from what I understand.
Sure, yeah. I want to point out this meme here: the rats jumping from the sinking ship. They just changed this for every presidency. There was one for Trump, same meme. Yeah. There was one for Bush. There was one for Obama. That's a rotating meme. Anyway, you brought this conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist, the term used to discredit someone who speaks about things you can't bear to look at, because if it were true, it would reveal a darkness in the world that you simply are not ready to accept.
Oh, conspiracy theorists.
Burn, because that's the reality.
Developed and sold by the CIA. So I'm just saying the word
the CIA
is.
controls everything.
Everything. Our executive producer there, Linda, brought us our yum yum for tonight. She's got it now and then on the
Vampire of War. Oh, jeez.
This ought to be good. This is good.
America, the Vampire of War. You already knew it sucked.
Kind of loud.
October 7th. On this date in 2001, less than a month following the 9/11 attacks that killed fewer than 3,000 Americans, the U.S. invaded Afghanistan with the stated goal of dismantling al-Qaeda and removing the Taliban from power. Within 3 years, the Taliban-led Islamic Emirate was replaced with the U.S.-backed Islamic Republic, but al-Qaeda was never dismantled. The war in Afghanistan raged for 20 years and directly claimed the lives of roughly 241,000 people, while hundreds of thousands more were lost due to hunger, disease, and injury from the war. 17 years beyond achieving half of their stated goals, the U.S. finally leaves Afghanistan. The Taliban celebrated it as a victory. You see, America is like a vampire that feeds on the blood of war. It will never not need to ravage other countries of their resources, their blood, and it will never not be aligning itself with another invasion. Goodbye, Afghanistan. Hello, Ukraine. You'll have to speak up if you want to be heard over Taiwan. Today is also Vladimir Putin's birthday. Make of that what you will.
Kudos to Linda. That's a keeper.
Yeah,
that's
today's Vlad's birthday, huh?
Yeah. That's that was a great
we are
one,
Putin puppets,
Linda.
so
You nailed
birthday.
it, Linda. We're going to keep that one handy.
We are. That's what we do. The vampires of war. That's exactly the United States.
That's what the hell it is. Great job, Linda. And it was very colorful and pretty. You put a lot of thought into it. We really appreciate that.
It looked good. Yeah.
And really good. I had to bring my receipts on Tom Hartman again.
Not Tom again.
Yeah, I did. Tom Hartman's response to a short thread, Lindsay Cormack said, on the legislative effectiveness of the 8 Republicans legislators who ousted Speaker McCarthy, and Andy Biggs of Arizona has been in Congress since 2017. In that time, he has successfully authored and passed one law. Well, you want to talk about how shitty your congressional reps are. Rick Larson's has authored about, I would say 15, under 20, and I'm just speculating here, but back when I was up in Bellingham, and he's been there since like 2002.
Yeah, that's not their job. They need to fundraise.
Yeah, they need to fundraise every day.
Side shit that happens if they can come together and sneak a bunch of shit into one package.
I want to show you, Tom Hartman wrote, brilliant thread, these Republicans, again, have no interest in the American people. They're simply committing to do whatever Trump and Putin tell them to. Now, that's 6 hours later, he got 3 hearts and 5 retweets. And if that doesn't tell you, what he's got going on there.
I often wonder if people get it when they get their asses ratioed that they're fucking wrong. And no, I don't think they do. And
well, he's a propagandist. That's all he is.
That's all he is. He gets paid for it. That's yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he gets in kind or actually cash money. So
and Republicans, it's funny. They keep crying Republicans, but aren't the Democrats in control?
Yeah, I checked that ratio too later on, and I 8 hours had passed, and it didn't get much better. So
it's not gonna
Tom,
get better.
just retire. Go write a book on tofu or something, you asshole. Anyway, you brought Mitch. What's Mitch doing? Glitching out again?
All week I heard people out there like, the Republicans don't want war. They're going to defund Ukraine, and good, the Republicans, they're the anti-war ones. And then Mitch comes out and says this.
Providing assistance for the Ukrainians to defeat the Russians, that's the number one priority for the United States right now, according to most Republicans.
It's so gross. According to most Republicans, that's the number one issue.
I think this was a better speech, don't you?
This is a much better speech.
This was courtesy of who sent us this? Jilly? Did Jilly send this to us?
Lizzie.
Sorry, Lizzie.
Lizzie sent this to us.
Lizzie sent this. This is great, Lizzie.
Lizzie Prickles.
Speaker McCarthy took office with a commitment to America. Not only that, but when I needed him the most, he was able to flip me upright. Sometimes I retract into my shell in order to avoid some of the drama that we've seen recently, but Speaker McCarthy was able to get my head unstuck from that position.
That was great.
Together we were able to cross the finish line, albeit very slowly.
We all think it. We all see it every time we see him.
I don't know who to credit on that, but they did a great job, and I shy away from doing that for legal reasons, revoicing, public figures. But it was great,
Right.
and if you got the cojones or whatever, the guts to do that, more power to you. We'll play it, and that's where we're at. I want to point out your chandelier here. Shanda's got a
I
chandelier.
love my chandelier.
Because she's got the chandelier on her head, and it looks great.
Do you know in Yiddish, or is it Hebrew, my name means a scam or a con?
Oh, that's not
But
helpful.
I know, in India, it means man-eater.
Oh, well, there you go.
Shanda's a man-eater.
Shanda's a man-eater. So, speaking of man-eaters,
Oh,
Vice
gosh.
President here, what's going on with this?
Oh, this is Harris, and I cut it in half. She goes on for 4 minutes saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. We got this from TruthStream Media, and it says, does she think she's casting a spell to get people to forget their own history?
Yeah, I think it is. Go for it.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Oh, my God.
Can be unburdened by what has been. What
Look at unburdened.
can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be
It's sticking.
burdened by what has
Is
been.
it I was like, is my internet sticking?
No, it's the video.
What can
Sometimes
be
they do that.
unburdened by what has been.
But she just keeps saying the same shit over and over.
Been and unburdened by where we are right now.
Well,
Does she say it every interview?
she's got a paperback book on orations. so-
What can be unburdened by what has been? What could be unburdened by what had been? What can be unburdened by what has 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 been? What can be
Oh, my God.
unburdened?
Shanda, this is
Apparently
not...
something she's been saying a long time.
We need to keep this
What
one,
can
too.
be
This is great.
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been?
She thinks it sounds smart. That's why she says it.
What has
Wow.
been? What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by
says-
what has been? What can be
She's good
Pretty
with
sure
the,
I cut it.
unburdened
Good
by
with
what
the
has
hands.
been? What can be unburdened by what has been? What could be unburdened by what had been?
It goes
What
on for
can
like 4
be
minutes of her saying it over and over and
No,
over.
it's
by
coming
what
up.
has
I'm
been.
going to
What
let it
can
play out.
be
It's almost done.
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Well, she got
What
two
can
masks on
be
there? What the hell?
Unburdened by what has been. What can be? What should
She's saying it with meaning this time.
unburdened by what has been. What can
Such
be
revelations.
unburdened by what has been. What can be
What can be?
unburdened by what has been. See what can be unburdened by what has been.
She's
That
not-
goes on for another like a minute and a half of her just saying that over and over at every speech she's ever given.
Well, she has a limited repertoire, so we'll have to.
You think?
Yeah, big time. Here we go. Would you rather?
Okay, so technically we're animals already, but if you could choose to be a non-human animal, would you opt to be amongst wildlife or part of the pet population? I think I'd probably like to be a bird, but I'd have to be a wild songbird or some other seed eater because a raptor diet would gross me out. Otherwise, I'd obviously be a hawk. Go Hawks.
Oh God, Seahawk fan. She's a Seahawk.
She's a Hawk fan.
She is a Seahawk fan. Who brought this? Did I bring this? I think I.
Well, are you going to say what you're going to be? Why are you? Come back here. Come back here. Come on. There you go. What would you be? Would you be a wild animal or would you be a domestic animal?
Oh shit, that's easy for me. I'd be a domestic animal, absolutely, and I'd be.
Well, you're already a domestic animal. I would be a hummingbird or a dragonfly.
But, well, shit. Don't get around my dogs because Missy would
They can't catch
bite you out of the air. She'd be like
They
that.
can't catch me. I'm too fast.
Reefer goes Seacock.
What would you be? Seacocks.
Seacocks. Anyway, that was a good one. Thank you, Linda. I love those Would You Rather Bees. News alert, breaking. President Joe Biden's dog, Commander, has been removed from the White House after multiple biting incidents. Well, so what do we got to do? Get Joe to start biting people next to get him removed from the White House? What are you reading?
Oh, so it's a goddess. Saxo Vic sent me the meaning of my name, and it says the different meanings of Chanda are Hebrew meaning is God's compassion. Oh, I like that. And the Sanskrit meaning is fierce, passionate, violent name of goddess divine. And India, it just means moon. I'm the moon.
You're the moon, huh?
Thank you, Zox. That was cool.
Okay, we are here at, this is new for us, and you guys can tell us if you want us to continue doing these, but what we're doing is we're featuring artists, and mostly cover artists who are doing a spectacular job out there. It's kind of like our friend Reefer calls a timeline cleanse. This is a show cleanse from all the shit that we just gave you guys that happened all week long. And
right?
This is...
but wait, there's more.
Yeah, wait, there's more. This is happy birthday to Kensina Buzina, and she is one of the singers in Leonid and Friends. Now, Leonid and Friends is one of my favorite cover groups, and they do primarily Chicago stuff. But what we did here, besides saying happy birthday, is we did a little segment here.
I get to smoke a joint?
Yes, you do. And I cut a little documentary or biopic on Leonid and Friends, and I hope you guys enjoy it because they are terrific. And we've got
that looks like Lee Camp. That's not Lee Camp, right?
No, that's not Lee Camp. But
or Jesus, one of the two.
Ksenija Buzina is going to sing Superstar, Karen Carpenter cover coming up. That is fantastic. She just did it last Saturday, I think. So it's brand new. It's beautifully done, and I've never heard anybody cover Karen Carpenter as well as Buzina did. But here's the documentary. It runs for a few minutes, but it's not that long. But it's a terrific documentary. I hope you guys like it.
In these days of political uncertainty and
it's 5 minutes.
The very idea
killing
of
me.
a multi-generational 11
but it's good.
jazz rock band from the Soviet Union performing live to sold-out audiences across the United States and playing hits from one of America's best-loved supergroups would probably be met with some cynicism. But a Moscow-based musical director and producer has succeeded in bypassing any language and cultural differences and doing just that. Leonid Vorobyov and his band have taken a uniquely American sound from the 60s and 70s and painstakingly replicated it. The result is a band that quite simply sounds more like Chicago than Chicago. Vorobyov himself is no spring chicken. In 2014, he was approaching 60, the age at which most people in Russia are generally expected to retire. But not Vorobyov. He decided he'd prefer to continue with his music. In the absence of any available charts, Vorobyov took his favorite Chicago song and set about deconstructing the original parts by ear and transcribing them individually for each instrument. Vorobyov then invited some fellow musician friends from various parts of Russia to collaborate with him on what he described as a musical present to himself. Together, they worked hard to perfect the sound and to finally record the result in studio. At the same time, the studio recording sessions were filmed, with the resulting video being uploaded to YouTube. 2 weeks later, having been alerted to Vorobyev's work by Chicago's founding drummer Danny Serafine, Chicago themselves demonstrated their support by uploading Vorobyev's video to their own official website. Almost instantly, this triggered an avalanche of enthusiasm and admiration. Leonid and Friends, as the band became known, became a YouTube sensation, with over 30 million views of their videos and over 1 million fans worldwide. And with over 200,000 followers on Facebook and other platforms, it's the band's regular connection with fans through social media that continues to drive its success. With such immediate online fame came the demand for more music.
Every musician said, every my fellows said, maybe one more. And after that, we cannot stop. We cannot stop because our fans don't let us stop it.
In an interview with Jazz.ru magazine, Leonid insists that he was far from planning to start a working band. His original intention was simply for a studio project, rather than a commercial venture.
I would say that there were certainly no plans, no expectations, no anticipations that we would earn from it or get something out of it. It was just a case of, we were having fun. And this was exactly how it began. Now that we already have more than 100,000 YouTube subscribers, our dedicated fans are seen as friends. We've actually met so many of them. We were their guests. They were wonderful people. People like this, we can't just ignore or discard them. We simply have to continue with what we're doing. To be honest, it was very unexpected. Sure, we expected a warm welcome because I'd been to the United States several times before, and I knew how the American public differs from ours. They are all very, how can I say, feedback-ish. They are benevolent, they are ready to be entertained, and they are ready to enjoy what they see and hear from the stage. But we did not expect that it would be to such a great extent. Every time, as soon as we went on stage, we were greeted with an overwhelming scream, whistle and roar. And this continues throughout the gig. After each song, they jumped up, and especially during solos that they recognized again, they jumped up. The whole experience was all so supportive and enthusiastic.
I got to tell you, they are a Russian-based group. And,
they're amazing.
And they are amazing. And they are currently touring the United States. And they are working harder than any band with a full orchestra that I've ever seen in my life. Every night I get an alert. They were at Memphis. They were at Georgia, they were in North Dakota, they were just all across the country.
Well, that's great. So they got their start on YouTube.
And they got their start on YouTube, and they are up to almost, they're 840,000 followers on YouTube
He
alone.
says Americans are just ready to party and have a good time. Like, it's not like that around the world.
Well, I guess my overall point is, if you're going to look at the Russian people, they're people just like us. They have shitty leadership just like us. So with all this anti-Russian rhetoric and stopping sports figures from competing, and I'm surprised as hell these guys are touring right now.
I know. That's kind of shocking that they were.
Make me a little nervous. But I will add this. I think that the powers that be, they're fans, and they want them to keep touring because they love their music. So what I did, since it's Bucina's birthday...
Well, the rich always protect the arts, too.
Yeah, they do.
Helps.
They do protect the arts. You're exactly right, Chanda. But I made this for a tribute to Karen Carpenter via Bucina's cover of Superstar. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I had a great time making it. It wasn't easy, but now that
I'm excited. I haven't watched it. So, I haven't watched it. It's been here, but I just wanted to save it for tonight.
I hope you like it. Let me know how the sound is, guys.
Karen Carpenter was a voice that touched our hearts and left an indelible mark on the world.
Is that an echo?
Music.
Yeah,
With her
I'll fix it for next
vocals
time.
and genuine emotion, she elevated every song she sang into a transcendent experience.
Her voice was a gift, a rare blend of warmth and purity that could soothe the soul and evoke a deep sense of nostalgia. Karen's ability to convey emotion through her music was nothing short of remarkable, allowing listeners to connect with her on a profound level.
Beyond her exceptional talent, Karen Carpenter's legacy is a reminder of the importance of self-acceptance and the devastating impact of societal pressures. Her struggle with an eating disorder brought to light the dark side of fame and the relentless pursuit of an unattainable ideal.
In remembering Karen Carpenter, we honor not only her extraordinary voice, but also her resilience and the lessons she inadvertently taught us. Her music continues to inspire and console, a timeless testament to the power of authenticity and the enduring beauty of her soulful voice. Karen Carpenter, your memory lives on in every note, reminding us to cherish our true selves and the precious voices that echo within our hearts.
Long ago
nailed the ending too. The harp was an excellent addition.
Oh, so beautiful. You know, a lot of my generation didn't know Karen Carpenter or know who she was, you know, because she passed so early. We were young, you know, we were 8, 9, 10 years old. And she's still ranked in the top, you know, best drummers of all time, which is shocking. But most people don't know she had body dysmorphia. She suffered from anorexia. She was on top of the world. There's Karen Carpenter movie out there that'll just rip your heart out. Oh yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, it's
and
brutal.
how just she suffered, and it's so sad because she was so talented.
Yeah, fame takes its price from you. And again, I appreciate all the kind comments in the chats. And please check out Leonid and Friends. And
I'm excited for this Rock and Roll Chronicles, I got to tell you.
Yeah, and this is Linda came up with us. You know, I didn't want to go this
idea.
Today in rock history or, you know, this week in rock. She came up with Rock Chronicles, Riffs and Revelations. Do you guys want us to do this?
Good segment, Linda.
Do you want us to do this from time to time, guys? Let me know in the chat if it was too much or just right or whatever. But it was a pleasure to do on the subject, and Karen Carpenter and Leonid and Friends. They're fantastic. And if you like that, stick around for the outro, because the outro is
great.
It's Leonid and Friends. They're doing a couple of the Chicago covers, and they are fantastic. Anyway, moving right along, we have shitload book club recommendations, and this week it's Surrounded by Idiots with the Usual Suspects, Guide to Selling Bullshit and Failing, and then there's the one, How I Became Stupid, Bernie Sanders, by Bernie Sanders. What do you think of that? Does that work?
Everybody keeps like, oh, he's a sellout. He's a sellout. No, he's a con man, guys.
He's a con man.
And that's what I really picked up this week. I hadn't really gave it that much thought, you know, okay, Bernie caved all these years, whatever. But this week I was like, motherfucker, he's a con man.
Yeah,
he's
is
a straight up con man.
Yeah, I scored 0 on this. If you scores here, use the rotary phone, use the floppy disk, use the typewriter, take photos with film and a camera, listen to CDs, listen to cassette tapes, listen to vinyl record.
That you've never done?
Yeah, that you've never done. And is it cut off the top? It's cut off the top. Yeah, you've never done. Watched a video on VHS tape.
I've done all these.
Yeah, I've done all these. So I got 0 points. So I'm a legendary. So that's...
Hey, with a paper check. Yeah, because that's such a novel thing nowadays. Oh my God.
It
It
is. Used a postcard. I mean, really, guys? Come on.
Hey, I still send postcards. Send postcards to Julian Assange. You can stop on my show on Monday. I'll give you the address.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if this is going to play, Chanda. It's not coming up, but I will put it over there. Cream of bullshit. We've got... It is... Let me see. Okay, here it comes. Cream of bullshit. Fox
Yeah,
News.
it should play. It should play.
It's going to play. Here we go. We're going to play it.
Newly resurfaced police records reveal the current wife and then girlfriend of Senate Democrat Bob Menendez killed a man while driving in New Jersey back in 2018. Police did question Nadine Menendez for hitting 49-year-old Richard Koop as he crossed the street, killing him almost instantly.
Great.
But no charges were filed over the hit and run. The incident was
charges.
captured, however, on police dash
This sounds familiar.
Information.
Anything wrong?
No.
Look,
I understand. It does expedite our investigation when people can help us out. Before you go, I just want to confirm that you do not want to give me your phone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's your statement that you were driving this way, the guy came from this way, and he ran into your vehicle.
He jumped on my windshield. Yeah.
Okay.
Police reportedly cut Menendez loose after finding she was not at fault. The victim's sister says justice was not served. The crash left Menendez's Mercedes too damaged to drive, which is when her husband, Senator Bob Menendez, allegedly orchestrated a deal with the prosecutor of businessman Jose Uribe to go easy on him. Uribe, in return, then allegedly thanked the senator by buying his wife a new Mercedes. How nice of him. Emily, first let's start with this incident of the man who died. Again,
It's
there was
just
no
Fox News.
wrongdoing, they said, by Nadine
Who
Menendez.
cares?
But I want to talk to you as an attorney. when you go to a scene like that, Nadine Menendez, according to CNN, stayed in her car, didn't go check on the victim. There's no blood and alcohol test on her, but apparently maybe they lacked probable cause. But the part that was interesting to me is the investigating officer, a retired officer, also came to the scene. The retired officer said his buddy's wife, who was friends with Nadine Menendez, asked him to go to the scene. Just interesting.
There's a certain amount of professional courtesy that can be extended when retired or present law enforcement officers can participate. The red flag to me, with my armchair quarterbacking here, is the fact that, an accident not by itself is deemed probable cause for potential intoxication. I understand that. But if the officer has
Those
reasonable
frickin'
belief
boots that
or
chick's
has reason
wearing.
to believe
I
that
know.
alcohol may
I
or
love
may not
them.
No
may
wonder.
be involved,
You stole
then
them from
they
Kristen
absolutely
Cinema.
can administer a field
Yeah,
test.
no shit. That's funny. That's funny.
Okay, so she runs this dude over. His ass literally gets stuck in her windshield. She doesn't get out of her car. She doesn't cooperate. She right there. That's probable cause enough that she,
And Fox
Oh my God.
News, that's fresh meat
So
for
sick.
Fox News, because anytime they can get payback for Laura Bush running over that guy several times and killing him,
That's right.
They're gonna
It's
definitely.
so terrible.
Yeah.
It's so terrible. I laugh about it, but it's funny because there's rules for thee, not for me.
Always.
And we live in two different societies. These are the people that support Ukraine. That's why I laugh, because we live in two different societies.
What's this one about? MSNBS.
Oh, this is gross. This is the Dems golden girl, Liz Cheney. She's got
Oh
some
my
stuff
God,
to
Liz
say about
Cheney.
Ukraine.
Oh God, I'm dying here.
Jim Jordan knew more about
let's see
what
how she
Donald
bitched about
Trump
Jim
had
Jordan.
planned for January 6th than any other member of the House of Representatives. And if the Republicans decide that Jim Jordan should be the Speaker of the House, there will, and by the way, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll lose. But if they were to decide that, there would no longer be any possible way to argue that a group of elected Republicans could be counted on to defend the Constitution.
Oh my God.
Former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney with that take on a possible Jim Jordan.
Somebody
So
was
gross.
talking. I heard somebody floated Scalise's name out there the other day. So.
Oh my
whatever.
gosh, I know. It's bad. I mean, it's a shit show. And no matter who they put up there, it's going to be a shit show. It's been a shit show this whole time. It's just going to get shittier, I promise.
I don't know about you, but I want a Hillary Clinton Liz Cheney ticket for 24. That's
They call it pussy power.
Oh my God.
Pink pussy hats,
I'm with hers. Okay.
I'm with her.
Okay, you brought Anatomy of Crocs classic cowboy boot.
Fashion. It's fashion week somewhere. But anyways, yeah, this is a cowboy croc. Everybody needs a cowboy croc. And don't forget that croc star. You got to have that
Oh
star.
my God, that's great. I love that.
Look, it's got convenient ventilation holes. Is what it
I
says.
love my Crocs. I heard they don't make them anymore, or they sold.
I don't
the
have
patent.
any. I used to wear them when I was CNAing and nursing, but I don't have any now.
I've got 2 pairs. I got one I got from Kmart.
Oh, I know they're comfortable.
Yeah.
I live in them when I was, doing a 10-hour shift. I get it.
The ones I got from Kmart wear like steel. I've had them for 12 years.
Oh yeah.
So, but
Yeah, they hold up.
But I got a pair of original Crocs, and they're more comfortable, and they wear like steel too. Now and then, Linda did it this week. Back and then, Snoop was cool, just rolling down the street, smoking Indo, snipping on gin and juice, laid back with his mind on his money and his money on his mind. Now, how Snoop Dogg sold everything. Now Snoop's out there shilling beer, cola, corn chips, shoes, food delivery, pet supplies, and more. Not at all laid back with this in mind on his money, and his money is on his mind. So
it's gross. I was bitching about it over on my show the other day about it. It's sick. He's a total sellout, 100%.
well,
yeah.
hey, that's the way it is. Money rules, man.
Money rules,
Now
man.
you brought this meme. I love this meme.
I did it for the WEF. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I like the-
And when your Neuralink chip gets hacked, never gonna give you up. Yeah, that will suck to get earwormed with your Neuralink.
Yeah,
man.
that would be very bad. Malfunction. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
I do love the LGBT penis there. That's pretty good. So
yeah, I know that one's gonna stick around the deck for a while. I already know that.
Speaking of Elon Musk, you brought this.
Well, yeah. Did you see him doing citizen journalism this week? He went down to the border and interviewed a bunch of people, and this is what he was wearing. So who wore it better, him or Beavis?
Beavis. Is that Beavis or is that Butthead? I can never tell.
I always thought Beavis was the dark-haired one. I don't remember.
Probably. Can the chat tell us? Is that
Beavis comes first, so it's Beavis.
Beavis. Okay, that's Beavis. Butthead. We've got Stoner Corner, Chanda. I did part of this. Chanda did the other part, so we got this going on. What do you got?
Actually, I got one of the. I think I got this from Reef, the one I put on here.
Oh, cool. Shall I play it?
Go ahead. Oh yeah.
Jimmy chilling. That's great, Reef.
That is great.
That is great.
Yeah, Reef was dropping some dank gifts the other day, so I had to grab that one. But let's see. When the weed helps you figure shit out. Yeah, for sure. I can't read the little one. These are too small for me to read.
Self-care is a solo blunt. That's a repeat. When you have company over, so you break out the nice china set.
Hey, I have some nice china sets like that.
That moment when that SpongeBob and Patrick, when no one has weed, look at his face. I don't have to worry about that. I live in Washington State, and my heart breaks for everybody across the country who doesn't have legal weed yet. Yeah,
fuck this shit.
Yeah.
We've had it for almost 10 years. Like, I couldn't imagine living without it.
Well, that's just another form of censorship on your life.
Well, it's another form of control too. But here's the thing: I used to be able to procure and get my own weed way before the government stepped in. And don't think for one fucking second that I can figure it out again if I had to.
No, you really can't. I love the dog ones. I lost the ball, but it's cool. It's all cool, man. And then you got the two there. What weed? I haven't seen any weed. They've got the slitty eyes. I love that. Been there, done that. It is time. We're about ready to roll out of here for tonight. But it's our Go Hollywood, Go Fuck Yourself segment, and we can only appreciate this. Now, you did this one this week. What do we got going on here?
To all those who get easily offended these days, facts. Your heads would explode halfway through one of my episodes. And of course, that is Al Bundy. That was a great show. And yeah, it really pushed the envelope. You couldn't show that shit now. And Jonah Hill to play Jerry Garcia in Martin Scorsese's directed Grateful Dead pick. There you go. What do you think of that? You think Jonah Hill can pull off Jerry Garcia?
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of Jonah Hill?
No, not really. No.
Yeah, he's got some douchebaggy things from what I've heard, but they all do. And speaking of douchebags, of course, Drew Barrymore really fucking stepped in it a couple weeks ago when she crossed the picket line, said she was going to start her show back up. And guess what? The writers of the Drew Barrymore show have declined to return to the series after Drew Barrymore attempted to be a scab and continued her show without them. That's what you get. And I had to add this last minute. Of course, Rob Reiner, democracy can only survive if Trump is convicted. No third-party candidates are allowed.
Rob, go take your Metamucil and change your diaper, buddy. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's been a great show tonight, everybody. Thank you. So, hi, Vic. Vic says, thank you, Chanda Oz. Thank you, Vic. We appreciate
thank you. We got time to shout the chats out. We're
a
little ahead of time.
Yeah, shout them out.
Shout them out. I see Reef After Dark is hanging out. Reef, thanks for that meme or that gift. That was hilarious. Gamers in the house. Hey, Gamer. Kate, thank you so much for always supporting us the way you do. Sean Miller is here. So is Team Orca. We are Team Orca. Hashtag OnlyFans. Let's see. Vic's here. Robert Templeton. Hey, Robert. Gray Walker joined third party. Good to see you. Popeye. Hi, Popeye. Kurt Boss. Kurt Boss made it. Good to see you, Kurt Boss.
Hey, Kurt.
Kurt Boss hangs out with me in the mornings over on TPP. Let's see. Wesley, good to see you. Jax, of course, is in the chat. So is Uncle Warren. You guys know about the extra secret show after the show?
Yeah, he's got one of those tonight. So
Yeah, he's got one of those tonight. Go check out Extra Bola if you want to know what I'm talking about. Who else is in here? Mastermind. Did I say Mastermind? I got Kurt Boss. Oh, I don't want to skip anybody. Anthony. Hi, Anthony. How's it going, Anthony? Anthony, you've been with us for many years. Sean Miller, good to see you. And I think we probably Cowboy Kitty. I see Cowboy Kitty. I caught up with most of the chatters over there. Let's do the Rockfin Osama number 5.
Yeah, Osama. Hey, Osama, what's going on?
Zox is over there too,
Zox.
along with Denver Attaway and Crohn's of Heresy. Sleepy Josh is in the house tonight.
Sleepy Josh.
Sleepy. Who else do we got in here? I got Crone. I got Zox. I got Sleepy. I know Kate's over there. Fred Edwards over there too.
Jim.
Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Yep.
Hi, Jim. What's going on?
Thanks for hanging out on the Rockfin. And of course, we've got the Rumble too. Ghost Star's hanging over there. And so is Caligula's Carnation. I can never say that name. What is it like?
Caligula's Sin Carnation.
Caligula's
Sin.
Okay, it's Caligula's Sin Carnation, right?
A Dingo's over there too.
Dingo's over there. Hey, Dingo. Good to see you, Dingo.
What's going on, Dingo? What's going on?
So we got Halloween coming up.
Yes, we do.
I got more of my costume this weekend, so I'm getting excited. You guys are going to be you're going to be surprised.
I think
I'm going to pull it off.
I can't wait. So what we're going to do for Halloween is we're going to invite people that want to come in costume to be in the green room and be our live studio audience. And I invited Sister Amber to join us for the show, but she said she probably won't be able to because she's got to work. So
poor Amber.
Yeah, but if something changes, we'll see her. Anyway, any announcements before we head the hell out? And
announcements. I am on regular schedule. Things are looking good. We got a mystery movie night coming up Thursday night, and I'm excited for this one. Yay. And I think we've worked the kinks out. I like when you make us little and we just kind of
talk over
just butt in whenever we need to.
Yeah. Mystery Science
but not
Theater.
too much.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So that's going to be Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific. I think you guys
Crazy
will.
Puppet, good to see you.
Crazy Puppet, what's going on? Crazy, always good to see you, Crazy Puppet. And we are going to go out tonight with something special. We omitted a couple of things we normally do this week to get the Rock Chronicles in, riffs and.
But we leave out. We didn't leave anything out.
Well, we didn't run the Patreon roll. We just ran the scroll, but we didn't run the background.
Okay.
And a couple of other things, but it seems like folks liked it. So, in addition to dance offs, skate offs are coming too. Shane.
Skate offs are coming back. I'm going to whoop your ass like I do every time.
Yes, you are. And thanks to AI, they should be
Winter
even
sports.
better.
Bring it on.
Yep. And so dance offs, skate offs, and we're going to do the Rock Chronicles from time to time. So we're looking forward to that. But we've got one hell of an outro tonight. Leonid and friends, once again, they're killing it. Chanda, always a pleasure. To all of our chats, we love you guys to death. Times are tough. Take care of yourself.
Heck yeah.
Watch out for what's going on and keep your fingers crossed we don't get into another war.
No,
thanks to
I know.
the shitty administration.
Just sleep tonight and just put it away for a little while.
Don't be scared. There's nothing you can do about it right now. Just relax.
There's nothing we can do anyway.
That's what I hope that you guys come for a little break, but still getting some news and some information, some fun, some music on Beauty and the Boomer After Dark on Saturday nights. Again, I got to dress down after I made that big speech about not dressing up.
I know, and I had to dress down tonight, but it was nice to be comfortable. So.
Yeah, but Chanda wanted to do Force the Vote. So
Force the Vote.
Just to remind everybody, and everybody, including Jimmy Dore, was right about Force the Vote, and he still
we had
is.
it right. It would have worked. And the thing is they don't want change Oz, and that's the whole bottom line. It's just a facade, and they want to keep you divided. They want to keep you separated, and don't fall for it anymore.
Anyway,
at all.
Good night.
Thank you, SFT, for the super chat. I see that. I want to make sure we don't miss any super rays before you hit that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. We missed one week. I felt horrible about it.
Oh, yes. It was Ronnie Graham. We were so
I
sorry
felt so
for
bad.
it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We try
No.
not to miss any. So thank you. See if this works. Free Assange. Heck yeah, free Assange.
Abso-frickin-lutely. So are we out of here? Are we ready for
I
this
think we're outta here.
great
We're outta
outro?
here.
Here we go, guys. Thanks again. See you next Saturday. We don't have any Saturdays planned off through the holidays now, unless
I'm going to be good. I'm home.
unless
I'm
somebody gets ill and can't do it. But we'll be here next Saturday, Beauty and the Boomer After Dark, 7 p.m. Pacific. Go see The Secret Show over there. Check out INN. They are doing hell of a great work over there. And, of course, Hardlands Media and Pasta is doing great work with Lahaina on Fire. And Fiorella's got a channel. I think it's coming up pretty soon where she's going to be doing solo
good stuff.
too.
He's killing it too.
Good night, everybody. Have a great
Good night.
week. Stay out of trouble. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this to work. Yeah.